To discuss this more, we are joined by Ambassador Goal, former diplomat, live from here in New Delhi, Nizar Ghanam, Lebanese expert, live from London. Thank you very much for joining us. Nizar, I wanted to come for you first on this one. Obviously, this is the first time these two countries have met in 15 years. Why is this meeting so significant?
I mean, this meeting comes with a lot of historical baggage. The Syrian regime has occupied Lebanon for years. It has assassinated multiple political leaders, including Prime Minister Hariri. So this is a new chapter in the Lebanese-Syrian relations. Lebanon is a small country. It has strategic relations with Syria by geography. I think both populations are looking for a new chapter, and I think the Lebanese, from their side, would like to establish relation at a new footing based on diplomacy and mutual acknowledgement of the independence and sovereignty of each country. At the same time, of course, the two countries are share a geopolitical space and have a lot of common interests. Both in terms of social cohesion at the level of ethnic minorities, but also at the level of shared, geopolitical actors surrounding them.
Ambassador Goal, how do you think this will reshape Lebanon's position in the Middle East and relations with neighboring countries?
I look at it as very complex dynamics in view of the recent developments. Most important, first of all, today's Syria is not the Syria of regime of Assad, who left power some time ago when the new Sham came to power, and completely different really from at that time Assad had to run away. And this new regime in Syria is clearly out to change the former image, not just in terms of its behavior, in terms of its own performance within the country, but also because of the changed foreign policy dynamics. This Syria is trying to be closer to the West. This Syria is trying to be closer, trying to act differently in the region, in the sense that earlier Iran was playing or casting a significant influence in both Israel and both Syria and Lebanon through Hezbollah, and Syria obviously through the pro-Shia elements of Iran. That has changed completely now, and Syria is looking for a new place. Similarly, with the not decimation but reduced, severely diminished influence of Hezbollah in Lebanon, Lebanon is also changing track. Therefore, with those two things, there is a greater possibility of Syria and Lebanon working together, and at the same time, Israel now having greater influence, greater say in the way the two work.
Apologies, yes. Ambassador, we've got to move on. Nizar, we heard that there are 800,000 Syrian immigrants in Lebanon right now. How realistic is it for the Lebanese government to facilitate their return?
I mean, if stability ensues in Syria, the return of the Syrian refugees is a matter of time. I think that actually with this transformation of the regime, because you see the majority of the Syrian refugees in Lebanon were Sunnis, Sunni Muslims driven out of Syria. With this transformation, you placed Syria back in a more stable situation where all these refugees can go back. And I think there has been a diffusion of great tension. Lebanon was on the brink of also social unraveling because of the refugee question in Lebanon. I think this is what Prime Minister Mikati was in Damascus for. Part on the agenda is the logistics of the return. I think with the right international backing of Syria and the regional backing of Saudi Arabia and Turkey, there will be security guarantees for a smooth return of the refugees. let's hope. It remains to be seen, of course, how the transitional government in Syria will handle this transition.
Ambassador Gul, Lebanon has an ongoing economic crisis. How could relations between Damascus and Lebanon help lift Lebanon out of this crisis?
In fact, that is precisely also the reason that Lebanon will want Syria to take the refugees back to the country. But at the same time, the issue is Syria also requires considerable financial and economic support to be able to do so. And that's the reason Syria has been asking for the sanctions to be removed, and financial support from the West. I don't see any signs of this financial support coming from the West or anywhere else to Syria. And I think till that happens, it is going to remain a situation of great uncertainty, but greater increasing imperative.
Thank you very much for joining us, both of you.